Tonight, the New York Philharmonic joins with stars of Broadway and television to celebrate the music of Marvin Hamlisch, one singular sensation.
light the corners of my mind, misty watered colored memories of the way we were, scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Memories may be beautiful and yet it's too painful to remember. We simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we were, the way we Good evening. Good evening. Happy New Year. I'm Audra McDonald, and I am so happy to welcome you to the New York Philharmonic's New Year's Eve celebration of the music of Marvin Hamlisch. We opened our show with, of course, the overture to Marvin's Pulitzer Prize-winning musical, A Chorus Line, and followed by his Oscar-winning song, The Way We Were, with lyrics by Alan and Marilyn Bergman. Now, whether for the stage or the screen or television, Marvin excelled at writing all kinds of music, and for which he was awarded 4 Emmys, 4 Grammys, 3 Academy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, a Tony, and a Pulitzer Prize. Ah, if only he had been recognized for his work. Our next song, with lyrics by Carol Bayer Sager, will be sung by one of the stars of the NBC hit television show, Smash. Please help me welcome the wonderfully talented Megan Hilty, singing a song she's going to be singing a song which sort of describes how we all feel about Marvin.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, you're the best. I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. I tried to hide from your love life, but like heaven above me, the spy who loved me is keeping all my tonight, and nobody does it better. Though sometimes I wish someone could. Nobody does it quite the way you do. Why'd you have to be so good? The way that you hold me, whenever you hold me, there's some kind of magic inside you that keeps me from running. So just keep it coming. How'd you learn to do the things you do? And nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, baby, darling, you're the best.
Marvin grew up right here on Manhattan's Upper West Side, and oh, how he loved this city. He auditioned for the Juilliard School of Music at the age of 6. At the audition, the professor asked him, would he be playing Mozart or Clementi? And Marvin responded, I don't know who Clementi is, and I never studied Mozart, but I listen to the radio a lot, and I can play Goodnight Irene. And the professor explained he didn't know Goodnight Irene. And Marvin responded, well, that's all right. I can play it in any key you want. So he proceeded to play the song in every key the professor named. And in Marvin's words, those were the keys that opened the lock to the Juilliard School of Music. Several years ago, Marvin teamed up with Joshua Bell on one of the best songs ever written about New York, Rodgers and Hart, I'll Take Manhattan. And through the magic of technology, we have Marvin's actual performance of the last song when he played the last duet with Joshua. And here's another bit of magic. Joshua Bell is here tonight to play his part. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Joshua Bell on the violin and Marvin Hamlisch on the piano. Marvin studied at Juilliard, his real love was not for classical music. He did that to please his father, but for the theater. He wanted to be Richard Rodgers or Cole Porter. But you have to start somewhere. And where Marvin began was with a little song Leslie Gore recorded when Marvin was 19, with a lyric by Howard Liebling. You may remember it. Something like, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. Okay, all right, you get the idea. Okay. All right, so a Bach fugue, it's not, but a hit, it was. Number 4 on the Billboard charts. At 19, Marvin had his first hit song. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the ambassador to the great American songbook, Michael Feinstein.
Thank you, and good evening, everybody. It's very poignant for me to be here tonight, because when Marvin asked me to be a part of this concert, nobody knew that he wasn't going to be here. The last time that I saw Marvin was when I worked with him last July in Pasadena. We worked with the Pasadena Pops. It was a Cole Porter show, and that turned out to be Marvin's very last concert. I have to say that he was great that night. He had a wonderful sense of humor, and he also was sort of spiritual. He was almost ecumenical. Can you say that about a Jew? I don't know. Well, he was rabbinical. He was giving out with all this sort of wisdom, and so it prompted me to say, Marvin, you could be a rabbi. You should open your own synagogue. And I pressed him. I said, if you were to have your own synagogue, what would it be? Would it be Orthodox? Would it be conservative? And Marvin said, my synagogue would be so reformed we would be closed on the Jewish holidays. Well, underneath that sense of humor was, as we know, an extraordinary man who gave us so much incredible music. But of all the songs that he performed, I don't know if this one is his favorite, but he did say that this song was his most personal. If you really knew me, if you really truly knew me, maybe you would see the other side of me I seldom see. If there were no music, if my melody stopped playing, would I be the kind of man you'd want to see tonight? Does the man make the music, or the music make this man? And am I everything I try so hard to be? If you really knew me, if you took the time to understand, maybe you would find me the part I left behind me. Maybe you'd remind me of who I am. Does the music make this man? And am I everything I try so hard to be? If you really knew me, if you take the time to understand, maybe you would find me the part I left behind me. Maybe you'd remind me of who I am.
of who I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the wonderful Josh Groban singing Marvin's Oscar-nominated song with lyrics by Melissa Manchester, The Beautiful Through the Eyes of Love.
Please don't let this feeling end. It's everything I am, everything I want to be. I can see what's mine now, finding out what's true. When I found you, looking through the eyes of love. And now I can take the time, I can see my life as it comes up shine now, reaching out to touch you. How I've moved so much since I found you, looking through the eyes of love. And now I do believe that even in the storm we'll find some light. Knowing you're beside me, I'm all right. Please don't let this feeling end. It's everything I am, everything I want to be. How it feels to touch you, how I feel so much since I found you, looking through the eyes of love. And now I do believe that even in the storm we'll find some light. Knowing you're beside me, I'm all right. Please don't let this feeling end. It's everything I am, and I want to remember how it feels to touch you, how I feel so much since I found you, looking through the eyes of
Our next song is from Smile, Marvin's 1986 collaboration with Howard Ashman. Please welcome the star of the current hit Broadway revival of Annie, Lilla Crawford.
Hot sun Sunday night. I guess the folks were busy fighting. Joe had already left home. 7 years old on my own, feeling nothing but lonely. There's nothing to do, there's nothing out there but the traffic down on State 93. So I'd sit through the night by our old black and white TV. And that's when I saw it, that's when I heard it, calling, calling me. Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. Close my eyes real tight, wishing hard I might, wishing hard I may find my way to Disneyland. Gotta get to Disneyland on a western breeze. Magic carpet, please carry me away. Oh, I know you're gonna say the trees are paper mache. It's done with mirrors, the magic there. Each little bird's full of springs. You push a button, it sings. Recorded music in the air. They've had them out and refaced. It's only plywood and paste. Go on, say it. I'll turn around and tell you I don't care. I don't care. I will live in Disneyland. Gotta get to Disneyland. Maybe it's all fake. That's the chance I'll take. It's perfectly okay. Someone give me Disneyland. Take me there to Disneyland. And when I get to Disneyland, I'll stay.
Isn't she amazing? We'll attest to the fact that she's the most professional person up here, too. Sweet Smell of Success opened in the spring of 2002 with lyrics by Craig Carnelia, book by John Guare, and directed by Sir Nicholas Heitner. Sweet Smell was a dark and ambitious work filled with splendid songs, including the moving ballad that was unfortunately cut on the road, That's How I Say Goodbye. To sing it for us tonight is one of the original stars of that show, the lovely and talented Kelly O'Hara. But to begin, please welcome the gifted Raul Esparza singing another song from Sweet Smell of Success, I Cannot Hear the City.
I cannot hear the city. I cannot hear a sound. The roar and rush become a hush whenever us grow distant now and fade somehow with us. And here inside this world you've let me see, it's simpler than we often let it be. I'll keep you safe and also set you free. I offer you you. I offer you me. I cannot hear the city. I know it must be there. The raging town is waiting down the stair. We'll make it vanish in the thin, thin air. I'll keep you safe and also set you free. I offer you you. I offer you me. I cannot hear the city. I know it must be there. The raging town is waiting down the stair. We'll make it vanish in the thin, thin air.
All my life, you'll be there, catching me unaware. Something lost, something rare. That's how I say goodbye. Love of mine, dearest friend, free your heart, it will mend. Walk away, let it end. That's how I say goodbye. You have the sky, use it and fly. I know this feels like halfway to dying. Years will pass as they do. You'll be fine. You'll be you. Live your life. Start anew. That's how I say goodbye. That's how I say goodbye. Once you can fly, leaving the sky is halfway to dying. All my life you'll be there, catching me
In 1974, Michael Bennett came up with the notion for a show about Broadway dancers that would become one of the, well, sensations of musical theater. With a book by James Kirkwood and Nicholas Dante, lyrics by Ed Kleban, a chorus line ran for over 6,000 performances, winning every award possible, and became the 6th longest-running Broadway show in history. The first of several songs from the show we will hear tonight belongs to the character of Val and will be sung by one of the stars of CBS's mega-hit comedy, Two Broke Girls. Please welcome, making her New York stage debut, the wonderful Beth Bears.
I had eyes. I saw what they were hiring. I also swiped my dance card once after an audition. And on a scale of 10, they gave me, for a dance, 10. For looks, 3. Well, dance 10, looks 3. And I'm still on unemployment, dancing for my own enjoyment. That ain't it, kid. That ain't it, kid. Dance 10, looks 3. It's like I left the theater and called the doctor for my... Audra, what are you doing here? What do you mean I can't say the word? Oh, so I can't say the word, but I can say, What am I gonna do? That's the whole song. The whole song's about...
I know, Beth, but this is PBS, you know, it's Big Bird.
Well, what if I just did the song and then we can bleep it out later?
No, honey, no, this is live.
Live? Live? Nobody told me it was live. Paul, did you know it was live? Oh, that's just great. What am I gonna do, Audra? It's been a dream of mine to sing on the stage in New York my whole life.
I know, honey, you're just gonna have to figure it out.
Oh, sure, you got to sing The Way We Were. How would you feel if they told you you couldn't sing the word way or the word were, huh? Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this. Wait a minute, Paul, they really told you this was live? I mean, I'm the only one who did the whole outfit and everything, but fine. Left the theater and called the doctor for my appointment to buy. It's an ass. Bought myself a fancy pair. Tighten up the derriere. Did the nose with it, all that goes with it. Splits and ass. Had the bingo bongos done. Suddenly I'm getting national tours. Mitts and ass can change you jobs unless they're yours. Didn't cost a fortune either. Didn't hurt my sex life either. Flat and sassy. I would get the strays and losers. Beggars really can't be choosers. That ain't it, kid. Woo! That ain't it, kid. Fix the chassis. How do you do? Life turned into an endless medley of gee, it had to be you. Why, Schlitz and ass. Where the cupboard once was bare. Now you're not getting someone's there. You have got him, hey, top to bottom, hey. It's a gas. Just a dash of silicone. Shake your new maracas and you're fine. Grits and ass can change your life. They sure change mine. You're all looking at my bits now, aren't you?
I wouldn't mind just having one of yours.
You're so very talented, so talented. Come on.
Well, go out and buy 'em, Lilla. Have it all done, honey. Take my word. Grab a cab, come on, see the wizard on Park and 73rd. For spirits and ass, orchestra or balcony. What they want is what you see. Keep the best of you, do the rest of
stage debut. And now we have a special treat. One of the songs Marvin wrote for his last show, The Nutty Professor, with lyrics by Rupert Holmes. And here to sing it is one of London's most treasured musical theater artists, the great Maria Friedman.
Growing up, my mother used to tell me, be thankful you've been born just where you were. Not everyone on God's good earth is free now, can be what they would be now, or do what they prefer. I have a lot of plans I plan to get to. I dream while I'm awake and dream a lot. But sometimes dreams can hide and forget you. Each morning will forget me not. And while I still have the time, I'll stop to savor each drop of time. Taste every flavor and never rest and never sleep, but ever keep this vow my way. And while I still have the day, each blessed hill I'll climb alone each day until I have my fill, while I still have the time. So many roads that branch in all directions, so many lives to live and risks to take, 1,000 journeys I envision. It's such a big decision, can't rush the choice I make. And while I still have the time, I'll stop to savor each drop of time, taste every flavor and never rest and never sleep, but ever keep this vow my way. And while I still have the day, each blessed hill I'll climb, and I will learn it all and see it all and be it all, and love a lot and like as not I'll lose it all, and laugh until I've had my fill, while I still have the time, my time.
As many of you know, Marvin conducted the New York Philharmonic on several occasions. And tonight, the orchestra would like to pay tribute to Marvin by playing, without a conductor, one of his favorite pieces from one of the shows that inspired him to write for the theater. From Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim's exquisite West Side Story, Somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the incredible New York Philharmonic. Next up, we have another song from Sweet Smell of Success, At the Fountain. The show takes place right here in Manhattan in the late 1950s. Nightclub high life, jazz, booze, celebrity buzz. Down-and-out press agent Sidney Falcone is given an opportunity of a lifetime as he is taken under the wing of the all-powerful newspaper columnist J.J. Hunsaker. J.J. tells Sidney the first thing he needs to do in order to make it in this business is to change his name from Falcone to Falco. It's better. Keep the O. With J.J. on his side, Sidney feels his new life beginning. Recreating his original starring role, please welcome the brilliant Brian Darcy James.
You put the old suit in the trash. You take the whole damn past and cash it in. Cash the whole thing in. You're not crazy. A lot can happen in one night. With half a chance, who knows what might begin. Falcone might just win. So many times you thought the way was clear, only to find you can't get there from here. Here's your chance. Make some dough. Change your name. Keep the O. Hey, Sidney, you finally found some luck. You've always been and also ran just racing for a buck. A guy with a smile, away with a word, quick with a joke. You've already heard. You ever hear the one about Lana Turner? Sitting at the soda fountain, dreaming her soda fountain dreams. But there was something he could see for just a moment. It's like he saw inside of me what's really there. What I was, what I am, what I'll be. Maybe I'm at the fountain. Maybe I'm at the start. It's time to step up and drink and not even think. You don't have to think to be smart. Sometimes the perfect timing feels like a work of art, 'cause it can bring you your break and answer the ache he offers. You take the part. Garbo, Brando, Harlow, Monroe, keep the O. Garbo, Brando, Harlow, Monroe, keep the O. Somebody buys a paper at the stand. Money, you hold my future in your hand. Fortunes change, people grow now and then. Fountains flow. It's like he saw inside of me where I belong, where I could be. And in the flashing of the neon, I could swear that he could see what's really there. Garbo, Brando, Harlow, Falco. Looks like I'm at the fountain. Looks like I'm at the start. Before a door can be shut, you go with your gut. Yes, go with your gut and your It's time to tear through that door. It's time now to soar. So let my life story start.
Our next few selections are from A Chorus Line. We begin with a song about a teacher-student relationship that was, shall we say, less than successful. Once again, the extraordinary Maria Friedman.
I'm so excited because I'm going to the High School of Performing Arts. I mean, I was dying to be a serious actress. Anyway, it's the first day of acting class, and we're all in the auditorium, and our teacher, Mr. Carp, anyway, he puts us up on the stage, and he makes us sit, with our legs wrapped around each other, one behind each other, and he says, okay, today we are going to do improvisation. You're on a bobsled. It's snowing out, and it's cold. Okay? Go. Every day for a week we would try to feel the motion down the hill. Every day for a week we would try to hear the wind rush, feel the chill. To the bottom of my soul to see what I had inside. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul, and I tried, and everyone's going whoosh, whoosh. I feel the snow, I feel the cold, I feel the air. And Mr. Carp, he turns to me and he says, okay, Maria, what do you feel? And I said, nothing, I'm feeling nothing. And he said, nothing can get a girl transferred. They all felt something, but I felt nothing, except a feeling that this book was absurd. And I kept saying to myself, come on, Maria, it's just the first week. I mean, maybe it's genetic. They don't have bobsleds in Hackney. Second week, more advanced, and we had to be a table, be a sports car, ice cream cone. Mr. Carp, he would say, very good, except Maria. Try Maria, all alone. So I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see how an ice cream felt. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul, and I tried to melt. The kids yelled nothing. They called me nothing. And Carp allowed it, which really makes me burn. They were so helpful. They called me hopeless until I really didn't know where else to turn. And Carp just kept saying to me, you should transfer to Girls' High. You are never going to be an actress. Never. Jesus Christ. Went to church, praying Santa Maria, send me guidance on my knees. Went to church, praying Santa Maria, help me feel it, pretty please. And a voice from down at the bottom of my soul came up through the top of my head. Yes, a voice from down at the bottom of my soul. Here is what it said. This man is nothing. This course is nothing. If you want something, go find another class. And when you find one, you'll be an actress. months later, I heard the cop had died, and I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and cried. 'Cause I felt nothing.
Always thought that he married beneath him. That's what he said, that's what he said. When he proposed, he informed my mother he was probably her very last chance. Though she was 22, though she was 22, though she was 22, she married him. Life with my dad wasn't ever a picnic, more like a come as you are. When I was 5, I remember my mother dug earrings out of the car. I knew that they weren't hers, but it wasn't something we'd want to discuss. He wasn't warm. Well, not to her. Well, not to us. Everything was beautiful at the ballet. Graceful men with lovely girls in white. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. I was happy at the ballet. That's when I started class. Up the steep and very narrow stairway to the voice like a metronome. Up the steep and very narrow stairway. It wasn't paradise. It wasn't paradise. It wasn't paradise. But it was home. Mother always said I'd be very attractive when I grew up, when I grew up. Different, she said, with a special something and a very, very personal flair. And though I was 8 or 9, though I was 8 or 9, though I was 8 or 9, I hated her. Now, different is nice, but it sure isn't pretty. Pretty is what it's about. I never met anyone who was different, who couldn't figure that out. So beautiful, I'd never live to see. But it was clear, if not to her, well, then to me, that everyone is beautiful at the ballet. Every prince has got to have his swan. Yes, everyone is beautiful at the ballet. I was pretty at the ballet. Up the steep and very narrow stairway to the voice like a metronome. Up the steep and very narrow stairway. It wasn't paradise. Wasn't paradise. Wasn't paradise. But it was home. I don't know what they were for or against, really, except each other. I mean, I was born to save their marriage. But when my father came to pick my mother up from the hospital, he said, well, I thought this was going to help, but I guess it's not. Anyway, I had a fantastic fantasy life. I used to dance around the living room with my arms up like this. And my fantasy was that it was an Indian chief, and he'd say to me, Maggie, do you want to dance? And I'd say, Daddy, I would love to dance.
Do, 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 do. But it was clear when he proposed that I was born to help their marriage and wed. That's what he said. Do, do, do. That's what she said. Do, do, do. I used to dance around the living room. Do, 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 do. Was it her? Do, 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 do. Not to her. It was an Indian chief, and he'd say, Maggie, do you want to dance? And I'd say, Daddy, I would love to. Everything was beautiful at the ballet. Raise your arms and someone's always there. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. At the ballet. At the ballet. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. I was pretty, I was happy, I would love to at the ballet.
Though Marvin's father dreamed that he would have a career in classical music, Marvin's dream was to write for the theater, and he wrote one of the greatest musicals of all time. He was one of the most generous men in show business, always there to help out a friend or donate his services for a benefit. He was kind, he was smart, and really funny. Marvin's infectious joy and love for people and life is everywhere in his music, and the world knew and loved his work. Is it any wonder that he was dubbed the people's composer? We miss him very much. Thank you so much for sharing this New Year's Eve celebration of Marvin Hamlisch. And on behalf of Live from Lincoln Center and everyone here at the New York Philharmonic, we'd like to wish you a very happy and healthy New Year.
Gone, love is never gone as we travel on. Love's what we'll remember. Kiss today goodbye and point me towards tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love.
Kiss today goodbye, the sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck, the same to you. And I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love.
Look, my eyes are dry.
The gift was ours to borrow.
It's as if we always won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love.
God, love is never gone as we travel on. Love's what we'll remember.
Kiss today goodbye and point me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love. What I did for
Did for love.
Love is never gone
as we travel on. Love's what we'll remember. Kiss today goodbye and point me toward tomorrow.
Singular sensation, every little step he takes. One thrilling combination, every move that he makes. One smile and something nobody else will do. You know you'll never be lonely with you know moment in a present, and you can't forget the rest. For the guy is second best tonight. Side, giving your attention to. I really have to mention he's the She walks in, she walks in, and you know she's not the only very unique, pathetic, poetic, and she walks into a room, and you know from her maddening poise effortless whirl, she's the special girl. Slowly, can't help all of her qualities excelling. Loaded with charisma, is my John Smith songs for family chandler. She walks into a room, and you know you must shuffle along, join the parade. She's the quintessence of making a grade. This is what you call traveling.